Good morning, guys. Welcome to VEDA day. I think this is going to be day 3, I'm pretty sure. I am having a little bit of coffee this morning with heavy whipping cream because I went to the store. It is a butt crack of dawn. I am going out to take my best friend's out of town, so when she's out of town, I take her kids to school. Been up for a while. Edie started nursing about 5. And I did not think she was going to stay down, but she did. So, anyways, it is for a season here. Here's the weird thing. I mean, this is just Wicklow County, Tennessee weather, but I keep seeing all these memes, these hilarious memes about our weather, and every single one of them are absolutely true. Where is everybody? I guess my brother's at work. Anyways, maybe my mom's already going to work. I don't know. But it is so true. Like, and this is the reason nobody can ever be healthy, because 5 minutes, like we start out the morning at 32 degrees. It is 32 degrees. And then by the evening, it is 65. And we're like playing outside with no coats on. Yesterday it was actually the last 2 days in the evening, it's actually been quite chilly. The kids have played outside because it's been beautiful all day. I think it's supposed to be beautiful again today. And I love this time of year where the kids get to stay out longer and they get to play outside. But there's a lot that comes with that as well. One of them being Edie has not been napping so great during the day, which I don't really care, but she's been ready for bed by like 7:30 every night. Well, it's still bright as day. And so sometimes it's a little difficult getting her like settled and ready for bed. Oz starts back to Kids Day Out today. They were on spring break last week, so he has that. And then I posted a video yesterday that didn't upload, so I'm gonna have to go back and redo that or re-upload that. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, he has school. It's Edie and I have mommy and me class this morning. We have not been in a while because we've either had something going on or mommy and me was canceled. One week we were sick. So my plan is to go to that this morning. Typically on Tuesdays we have after school. We do not have after school today because we have our gospel meeting this week, and so they typically cancel after school on those weeks. So, and Bree's having work done to her house, so I don't know what we'll do because I don't want to drive it all the way back home when I have to be back at 2. Although technically mommy and me ends at 11, so we could do that. But yesterday Edie was screaming and having a fit not to be in the car, so it will also play by ear how that feels. I know that I came and I talked about how great my day was that very first day, and it was fine. It was a great day, but it ended not so great. And Edie, so we're getting these 2 bottom teeth. We're also getting quite a bit of independence, and she's tiny for one, so every time we go anywhere, people are constantly like falling over themselves. Oh my gosh, she's so adorable. Wow, she's doing so many things. I'm like, she's 15 months old. Oh, I'm like, yeah, that when you know that, then you're like, oh, well, she's doing great. I mean, she's right on target, you know what I mean? But when you think she's like 9 months old walking around with a bald head and saying these words and doing all these big, like, climbing up on stuff, then you're like, oh. So I keep getting super tickled. We even saw one of my aunts yesterday at Dairy Queen, and I didn't eat the ice cream. And well, I was just trying to keep the kids out of the house because the guy was there fixing Bree's house. She just kept going on and on about how big Edie had gotten, and she couldn't believe how big she'd gotten. And people still ask me, when will she be 1? And I'm like, she was 1 a long time ago. So she didn't ask me that yesterday, and she may know, but I just started thinking, I'm like, she literally thinks, anyways. And she was so little, and she's wearing 12-month stuff, she could wear 9-month stuff. I pretty well got rid of our 6 to 9 month stuff. There was a few things that still fit. There was a few 6 months things that still fit. She does have a pair of pants that are 3 to 6 months. We're still wearing those. Her arms are long, her torso's long. She's got a big old belly. And so, for the most part, we're wearing 12-month stuff. Sometimes it's a little bit big. And there's even some 12 to 18 months things I put on her that they fit perfectly fine. But she's just small. Anyways, so she's little, but she's getting an opinion, and she's starting to have attitude. This is my favorite age. I actually love this age because they're starting to learn and grow and change so much. And little things are fun and new, but they still need your help. But little Miss Edie doesn't want help. She wants to do it all on her own, which I am excited to have an independent baby to a small extent. But some things you just can't do on your own. So, I don't mind you feeding yourself the ice cream with a spoon, but you're not going to hold the bowl and feed yourself with a broken spoon, mind you, that I had already tried to take away. This kid acted like she was demon possessed yesterday. I've never seen her. She threw herself back, pitched a huge fit. I was so embarrassed. Again, I saw one of my aunts yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. Like, I never said this to her, but like, Edie's not done that. That was the very first time I've ever seen that. And I can't help but partially wonder if it's from seeing Big Brother's tantrums. Although, I'm nervous about him going back to school, y'all, because have we talked about the tantrums he's been throwing? He has not had a tantrum since, not one of those anyway, since the Monday of spring break. He had a huge tantrum the Monday of spring break when we were at the Children's Museum, but that was the last time he's had one. And I would like to think it's because I finally got to him and helped him realize that that's not okay, but I don't know. I don't think that's it. I'm not saying he hadn't gotten in trouble or, had some tears, but he's not had one of those knockdown, drag out, kick, stomp, headbutt, flail his arms around, hit me tantrums, which every time it happens, and this has just come on in the last month, I can't believe this is my kid. I'm like, are you really my kid? So if y'all have stories about 4-year-olds that do that, I would love to hear them. I would also love some help, and tell me what you did to help that. Oz is very, very, very smart, but he is also very emotionally immature, and I've known that for quite some time. Now, in saying that, I am comparing him to my niece, who is a full 15 months older than him. I'm not comparing him to other 4-year-old boys his age. I'm comparing him to her. And there's obviously going to be some immaturity, emotionally and otherwise, with someone, especially a girl who's 15 months older than you. That's been for a long time. But these tantrums, again, we haven't had one in over a week now. When they happen, are ridiculous. He started to have one on Wednesday of last week. I jumped back a tiny bit because I saw it coming, and I was trying to diffuse the situation. We went from having them at home the Monday when he had one. The first one he'd ever had in public was the Saturday before, and they were both bad. And we involved, when it was over, we called Daddy. We involved Daddy as well. They've been very, very, very bad. And the thing is, I've been trying to be consistent with discipline, and I have really been, other than completely changing his diet, because he doesn't eat a lot, he eats the same foods. I've really been trying to pay attention to what's happening right before and right after. I've been trying to really pay attention to what's happened in the last month or two to cause these escalations, if you will, in behavior. If you love how I started out with Edie and then I went on to Oz. So this video is going to be about tantrums. Anyways, I really, you know, early childhood is my specialty. And I expect this behavior from 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, but what I don't expect is from 4-year-olds. And I don't remember being around a whole lot of 4-year-olds that had these meltdowns unless there was another issue, like something going on, something wrong. We've set him down, we've talked about it, we've had these powwows about it, and several times he's mentioned that his brain just won't let him act right. And I don't know if that's a serious answer, because you know, kids can have a funny way of explaining things, or if it's just a go-to, because that's not something he had originally said. He just says, I don't know. But on Sunday, after the Saturday event, when he also had a huge meltdown, and now he's had them with Ed as well, not hitting and kicking though. Seriously, like, we have not done that since he was like 2. Hit and kick, and that didn't even last very long, or bite. Anyway, so Edie yesterday at Dairy Queen acted like she was demon possessed. Well, then we had to go to Walmart because Kimmy was having some trouble with her eyes and she needed some eye drops, and Bree didn't have any, and I had a Walmart list, so I decided to go ahead and buy the groceries while I was there. But I couldn't remember because I didn't have my list, but I didn't want to have to make 2 trips to Walmart, which I'm going to end up having to go back to Walmart, but that's okay. I was just going to do that when it was just me and Edie today. And typically when I go to Walmart with all 4 of the kids, it's disastrous, but it's not due to Edie. And it wasn't disastrous yesterday. The other, Oz was super loud. That's the other thing. He's my loud, wild kid. And he's just being a boy. He's just loud. And that's the other thing about Oz, is I'm trying to, you know, I don't expect him to sit still 24/7 and be quiet. I mean, I realize he's a little boy. He's an active little boy. Anywho, she also acted demon possessed at Walmart, and I don't know what that's about. We were like, she wouldn't stay in the buggy. She wanted me to hold her, but she didn't want me to hold her. She was screaming. It was a lot. So needless to say, my afternoon did not end the best. Food-wise, I did fine. Through supper, I really didn't eat that much. I did have a handful of Cheez-Its in the evening after we came home, so I did mess that up. But I'm slow transition. I honestly thought I'd be sore today, and I'm not, so that's good. Just because my knees have gotten so bad, and any little bit of workout on them, very often I feel the tension. So anyways, guys, that's it. I'm 13 minutes in. We'll see you tomorrow for VEDA Day 4.